If the Earth suddenly loses oxygen element for 5 seconds, what changes will happen to the world? In the moment of losing oxygen, most buildings in the world will fall apart, as a natural binder for concrete. Once the oxygen element is lost, it will no longer be solid. All tall buildings made of concrete will collapse. Many important facilities such as nuclear power plants and dams will also be destroyed at this moment. At the same time, the cell death and tissue function in all organisms on the Earth will also collapse. All organs will be severely damaged. After 2 seconds of loss of oxygen, all internal combustion engines in the world will stop working. The plane descends from the sky. The car will be paralyzed on the road. All machines that need to burn to work will lose power. The whole world will be in chaos. After 3 seconds of loss of oxygen, atmospheric pressure begins to change drastically. The air pressure will be reduced by about 20%. This is equivalent to diving to about 2,000 meters below the sea. But because the human body does not have enough time to adapt to this instantaneous change, the inner ear tympanic membrane will explode in an instant and lose hearing. After 4 seconds of loss of oxygen, the ozone layer used to resist ultraviolet rays will also disappear completely. A large amount of harmful solar radiation will reach the surface directly. Impact all life under the sun. Plants absorb all the energy of the sun's ultraviolet rays and die. People exposed to the sun will also be burned by solar radiation. After the Earth loses oxygen element for 5 seconds, the land of the land will completely collapse, since the chemical element that makes up the Earth's crust is oxygen. A total of about 48%. If there is no oxygen, the entire surface will collapse, until there is no remaining substance, and hundreds of millions of people will fall to the core of the Earth one after another. Although the Earth has restored oxygen, but the world is already full of devastation at this time. There are not many animals and plants left, and a few survivors will continue human civilization, and rebuild the world over a long period of time. But maybe you don't know. In fact, it was the beginning of the formation of the Earth 4.6 billion years ago. Although it is filled with a large amount of carbon dioxide and high concentrations of methane, the whole world looks deserted. But oxygen has always existed in the crust and inside the Earth. After a miraculous evolution, with the formation of the original ocean, the earliest cyanobacteria that performed photosynthesis appeared, continuously emitting large amounts of oxygen while beginning to absorb carbon dioxide. After a long period of great changes, with the Cambrian life explosion, from then on, countless animals and plants began to be born and evolved continuously. Finally, we are now. But since mankind entered the Industrial Revolution, technology is beginning to develop rapidly. Humans are also increasing in damage to the atmosphere. A large amount of greenhouse gas is emitted into the atmosphere every day. The total annual volume of these gases is almost a huge level of tens of billions of tons. According to scientists' discoveries in Antarctic ice, today, the concentration of carbon dioxide in the Earth's atmosphere is much higher than that in human farming era. If humans have been discharged uncontrollably, then the Earth's climate will be completely broken, and Hawking predicted before his death, if humans cannot curb the intensification of global warming, then you have to leave the Earth within 100 years. Otherwise, it is likely to die out. So, if we don't pay attention to the environment of the Earth anymore, one day,